Welcome to the final part of the Crash Bandicoot Let's Play. So, because this is the final level, we are tackling the last two bosses of the game and the final level. So that being said, we are now on Nitrous Brio, aka Cortex's lab assistant. So the thing is with Brio here, every time he throws the green potion, a big blob monster shows up that looks as if it's a 3D version of a slime from I think it's Dragon Quest, I'm not too sure. Hey man, I'm not really that big of a nerd, but anyway, moving on. He'll also throw the red potions, which are dangerous and you need to avoid them obviously. If you do get close to him, I do not recommend it, because if he does, then he'll do this I'ma do it pose, and he'll, I don't know, explode. I haven't really tried that. But then he transforms into the Hulk, where he'll make rubble fall from the ceiling, and you use that to just bop him in the head 3 times. Yeah, he's not that hard. He's really not that hard of a boss. So, anyway, now that that's done and over with, we are now heading into the lab. Or as I like to call it, the final level of the game. Okay, so the gimmick with the lab is that you have to constantly hit these these exclamation point blocks, because they pretty much activate the opening floors and the doors as well. And it's here where I die again. That was me being stupid. So let's try that again. So, with these electrical things, they'll cross over 3 times and well, you just have to time it. I won't actually elaborate on how you should time it, because in all honesty, it would just be pretty difficult. This part right here can be a dick move. because of how these boxes are piled up. Break this one box up, TNT, which is why I recommend that you do not spin here, because if you do, that wouldn't be a good thing to do. Anyhow, that is it. Well, actually, no, we still have more level to go through, but first, the very last bonus round of the game. And it's not that hard. Because I only got like 1 extra life there. Well, to be fair, at least I get to save, just in case if I get a game over in the lab, which I'm pretty sure in this game I got a game over a few times. And voila! That is the very last bonus level of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing to it. You know, in my opinion, I actually do have some nostalgia for the bonus stages. I mentioned this in the very beginning of the Let's Play, but I don't know, because of the fact that I played the demo disc. That's how I got first exposed to this game in particular. So I have some nostalgia with this game. So anyway, hey, that guy we just killed, he makes an electrical force field with his hands. When the electrical force field is down, you obviously want to hit him there. And you need to knock him 3 times. You only have to knock him 3 times before he falls into the bottomless pit. And he'll make that sound. I don't know why anybody would make that sound. Would make a sound like that. It's like the Wilhelm scream, only less maybe a little less memorable. Like, listen. Oh man, you know what? I should include the Wilhelm scream. You know what? Somebody actually do that. Either I need to do that or somebody else should do that. Somebody else should do that just in case if I forget. And you know what? Maybe I shouldn't. But damn, is it tempting. Just to insert the Wilhelm scream. Because who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know that scream from any movie ever? Okay, Don't! That was poor timing on my part. I really should have done that. Anyhow, we just gotta... Don't! That was way too close. Damn. Something tells me they don't have... Okay, so this part right here can be annoying if only because the yellow blobs constantly respawn, and you have to get past the electrical gates as well. Oh, but my best bet is to just jump off the blob, and so you can jump over. The trick is to not run through the gates. Jump over them in that one part. Finally, a bottomless pit with floating TNT crates. Oh crap! There we go. And that is it for the final level of the game, the lab. We just have to get to the final boss of the game, as well as... Oh wait, never mind, we have one more level, the Great Hall. Oh, and guess how hard this level is going to be? And that's the Great Hall, ladies and gentlemen. There's more to that, but I'll show it off in an extra video. So anyway, let's really head to the final boss of the game, Dr. Neo Cortex. So, okay. The thing is with Dr. Neo Cortex is that he'll fire multiple colored laser balls from his ray gun. The purple ones are bullets that'll just fly towards the screen. The blue ones then fly across the screen. You obviously want to avoid them. But the green ones, that's actually you might want to hit, because every time you hit a green ray sphere, why did I say ray sphere? Or energy ball? Yeah, green energy ball. You should hit it. Then that's your chance to spin it. And in a case like this, it'll constantly grow. Like that. That's pretty much the only way, and honestly, that's pretty much the only way you can really hurt Cortex. Other than that, though, there's really not much to this final boss. Final boss isn't all that great. And that is it for Crash Bandicoot 1. Yeah, the final boss isn't all that great. Okay, immediately here, Crash is all, I'ma get some. Too bad for Crash in the future. But let's look at the real ending. Okay, so I said before that I wasn't gonna get all the gems. However, thanks to a certain cheat code, thanks to the game's password system, which honestly you should look up the 100% code on GameFAQs, because it's really just a bunch of button combination. It's just one big button combinations, and where it starts with pressing triangle twice. Other than that, you might as well look it up on GameFAQs. It's about that sort of thing. But if you did collect all the gems, then this entire pathway will be created, and you pretty much get this. Yeah, it turns out if you collected all the gems, you get to rescue your girlfriend. Crash gets to rescue his girlfriend before the final boss. Yeah, this ending isn't all that great, because later games would pretend as if you never really got 100% to begin with. That kind of sucks, actually. Papu sold the ruins of the castle Cortex to a resort developer. He then used the proceeds to open a big and tall shop on the island. That's pretty much all the characters and the paths all the characters took. After intense therapy of 8 years of higher education, Dr. Ring went on to write the well-received book Through the Eye of the Vortex, a study of rapid evolution and its consequences. Koala Khan moved to Hollywood and landed a motion picture deal of universal proportions. Currently, he is working with a speech therapist to improve his diction. This is funny. I like these where are they now sort of things, you know? Pinstripe moved to Chicago, where he now owns and operates a city-wide sanitation company he is saving money for his upcoming gubernatorial campaign. Or gubernatorial. After the disappearance of his mentor, Dr. Nitrous Brio rediscovered his first love, tending bar. This is funny. I really like these. The world has heard nothing more of Cortex since Crash foiled his plans, but evil geniuses are harder to squash than cockroaches. And yeah, that is pretty much it for Crash Bandicoot 1. And now, like I said, this game turned out to be really short, but if I did collect all the gems, at least try to collect all the gems, then this game would be much, much longer. So, with that out of the way, let's get into final thoughts. As the first game in the series, I do think this was a good first attempt on the Crash Bandicoot franchise. Admittedly, in my opinion with Crash 1, and it's pretty much like any first game in any popular series, like Mario 1, Sonic 1, or even like Uncharted 1, where this is a good game this is a good game in its own right, but the sequels are just infinitely better. But don't get me wrong, Crash 1 is still a great game to play. The level design, while it may be too linear for some, it's still fun to play. And while it is hard, it is a bit unnatural to play a 3D game with a D-pad, because later games will let you use an analog stick. I got used to it. It is a bit stiff, but you can get accustomed to it. In terms of the game's difficulty and save function, well, the save function is actually really clunky, and that's kind of what draws the game back. But in terms of difficulty, this might scare away some people from actually playing in the first game of the series, because Crash Bandicoot 1 is a hard game, but for more archaic reasons, so to speak, because you only have like a jump and spin, and the level design can be problematic, especially when you're trying to get the gems. So with that being said, if you want to get into Crash Bandicoot, I wouldn't recommend the first game. However, well, actually, if you want to get into Crash Bandicoot 1, if you want to get into Crash Bandicoot as a whole, I do recommend the PlayStation 1 games, but that's only to Crash 2 or 3. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend Crash 1 as your first time with the series. However, if you want to see how this series started, then you know what? Yeah, play the first game. Crash Bandicoot 1, despite some of its archaic design choices, I still think is a good game you should try out. Just don't make it your first Crash Bandicoot game. So that is pretty much it for Crash Bandicoot. I really should have said more about the game in terms of final thoughts like graphics and music. But, you know, I can't fit everything in the one video, I guess. With all that said and done, and the only other thing I'm going to be showing off in this game is going to be the extra level I missed. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Of course, I'm going to be taking a week break as usual, and the next time we meet, the next Let's Play I'm doing, I'm actually going to jump 2 generations ahead. And for a certain other Naughty Dog game I actually enjoy. And as well as go on to a few other games for the time being. However, the next time we go to Crash Bandicoot, we're going to be doing Crash 2, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. And yes, I will be 100%ing that one as well. I'm GameMan5804, and see you all for Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune.